Hi everyone, it's Patty with It's Natural. Welcome back. I am going to make some cookies. Normal ingredients that I normally use even for my muffins and protein bars and for my chips that I made last week. But I'm going to, ran out of pumpkin seeds, so I'm not going to use them. So this is the brand I use for the almond flour. I'm going to use 3 ounces and it's already ground, but I do need to ground the sunflower seeds that I just get raw, and then hemp hearts that I'm going to use. You can find this on Amazon and I'll put the link below. And I'm going to use a coffee grinder that I use as Krups. Real basic and real easy to use. I'm going to use 3 ounces of both of these. So I'm going to pause this and do that really quick. And all you do is you put 3 ounces into the grinder. And if you don't have a grinder, you can use a blender. It's just easier to get out of the blades if you use a coffee grinder. But I have used my Vitamix and it's worked okay. You know, it's still grounded up very well. So I'm going to pause this and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm about to grind my sunflower seeds. Just going to put the lid on. And it's a little bit loud. So hold on a minute. And now it is all ground. So I'm going to add it into the bowl. And then I'm going to do the hemp seeds next. All right, so the next we have are the hemp hearts right here. The hemp hearts. And I put 3 ounces. 3 ounces is equivalent to 6 tablespoons if you don't have like a medicine cup or anything. And 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts equals 10 grams of protein. So right here, this little amount of 3 ounces is 20 grams of protein, which is amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and get this grounded up right quick. So here's the mixture. We have almond flour 3 ounces, 3 ounces of sunflower seeds, and 3 ounces of hemp hearts. And then I'm going to add a scoop of my vegan protein drink mix that I use, which is MyoHealth, is a trademark name for Trivita, but it's their Trivita's vegan powder mix, which I normally use. And it is free from dairy, soy, gluten, lactose, GMOs, and sugar. They use small amounts of stevia. So I'm going to put that in here. So the vanilla protein powder is in there, and I'm just going to do a slow mix here. Then all I'm going to do is add a very little amount of almond milk to bind this all together. You can use coconut oil if you want to, or you can use any type of oil, or eggs if you use eggs. I do not because I'm dairy free also. I just eat anything plant-based. And then I may also, with this mix, I might put, depends on how much I have left, nutritional yeast. I normally add nutritional yeast to all of my mixtures that I make. So I might do that also. I haven't decided yet, but let me get the milk out. As you can see, I just added a little bit of almond milk to this, and it's still, I probably should put a little bit more. I just eyeball it. No more than half a cup. But it's already clumping together nicely. And I might just continue mixing this up together. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so I may have to put you on pause here in a minute. I think I'm going to add a little bit more almond milk here. Just a hair. And I use the unsweetened almond milk. This is Kroger's brand Simple Truth. You can use, Walmart has their own brand, which I believe is actually Almond Breeze. They taste exactly the same. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down so I can really get in here and get this all mixed together. But I would say I just used about, I would say probably 1/4 of a cup. Not even half. I might have to do a half. But I'm going to put you on hold so I can get really mix this up good. The mix is already mixed together. I ended up putting a tablespoon of nutritional yeast in there and used a dab more milk, just a dab. So here's the consistency. I ended up adding nutritional yeast, a tablespoon, and you can tell the consistency of it. I added a tiny bit more of almond milk to it. And now what I'm going to do is put it on some parchment paper, flatten it out, and then depending upon how I'm going to lay this out will determine how I'm going to cut it. I haven't decided yet. So let's get to it. I have placed the mixture on parchment paper, and then now I'm going to put another piece of parchment paper on top of this, and I'm just going to flatten it out. I have a rolling pin, but I can't do that at the same time as I'm holding the camera, my phone, so I'm just going to do it this way. And the mixture, I noticed, does tend to stick to the top portion of the parchment paper, which is okay because you can scrape it off. Depends on how thick or thin you want these. And I was going to make circles. What I think I'm going to do is just score it. I'm going to keep it on the bottom piece of parchment paper. So that's all you need to do is squish it down, whichever way you want to do it. There's no perfect way to do this. You can just do it however you feel like it. If you want to use a rolling pin, use a rolling pin, which I may get it out to get it a little bit thinner. I can feel in the center it's a little bit thicker. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and lift this up and score it. I'm going to more than likely get the rolling pin and get out. I just want to get it a little bit thinner and get more out of, I want to be able to get at least 14 or 15 cookies, or make them into squares. I haven't decided yet, but this is pretty, it's 6 by 6. I can make it a little bit thinner, and so this is not going to rise because it does not have active yeast in it. and I'm gluten-free, so I stay away from the yeast and I stay away from gluten. And so, and oil. I do not have a gallbladder, so a lot of oil will disrupt my balance in my body. So these recipes are good for easy digestion and alkaline based. So let me go ahead and get the rolling pin. So now I'm prepping. I made my circles, and I'm actually making it out of a medicine. Make sure that's clean and just turn them to get them the size you want. And they are actually a pretty good size. As you can see, let me lift this one up. It's a pretty good size. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this really quick. And we will get this in the oven for 350 degrees. And for about 15 minutes. And they will be nicely shaped cookies when we're all done. So it's awfully warm and it got really sticky, and so the cookies didn't come out as best as I wanted them to in the shape. So I just used water to kind of form them back. And then I just kind of patted these down myself. I still have a big ball to make the cookies. I believe this mixture's, this right here, I think was 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 cookies right here, but the ball that I have left is going to probably, this mixture will yield at least 30. At least 30. So I'm going to throw these in the oven for 350 degrees at 12, no more than 15 minutes. And I'll put another batch in and we'll see how they turn out. Here are the finished products, and they smell like peanut butter. They're really, really crispy. They're hot, actually. I'm going to make the next batch, but I hope you enjoyed this and see how I made these cookies, and I hope you enjoy. Until next time.